Alright, this walkthrough is going to cover Base Aries, which is Mission 6A in MechCommander 2. There's actually 3 missions which are technically considered number 6 because they all come at the same time and you can choose them in any order. And although you only need to complete 2 to continue on, it's recommended that you do all 3 before you get to Mission 7, which is the final mission in the Steiner campaign. And this is going to be a defense mission. What we have to do here is secure the base. And as you can see, I have opted out of taking any sensor mechs because we're going to have a sensor grid available to us for most of the mission. It covers most of the map. I've chosen to go with 2 Highlanders and a Zeus. All assault or heavy mechs. Definitely the way you want to go. I'm sending the Zeus to point A to capture what's there, and then the other 2 mechs to this turret outpost up at the top. As you can see, there's 2 LRM carriers at this point, but this Zeus is more than capable of taking them both on its own. Now we've got this sensor tower, or sensor, tower under our control. Now we're going to send the Zeus back. Actually, having it come around to capture this resource building that's off to the side there. And make sure that your mechs are holding their fire or shooting at the vehicles on their way to capture that turret control tower, because you don't want them destroying the turrets themselves.
Enemy resources captured.
And then capture these 2 resource trucks there. And while the Zeus is off capturing that building, the 2 Highlanders can hold off this first wave at this frontal base. As you can see, these waves start off strong. But one thing you need to make sure of is when you're drawing the enemies into the base that you're not doing so at the expense of exposing your turret control tower. As you see, I have to move in. Because if that Shaiyu gets too close, he can capture my turrets, and that could be some bad news. Even so, as you can see, I'm using that 1 Highlander as bait, because most of the enemies are attacking him. And as you can see, I'm calling down a repair vehicle, even though the fight's still kind of going on. And now the Zeus is back, so he's here to help out. And then I have the Zeus mop up whatever remaining forces are. Well, as you can see, a few made it through, so I'm going to have to quickly repair and then send everybody back to the main base area. And although additional waves will come and eventually overrun that top base, it's only worth holding on to it up until this point. Because later on you'll face waves from multiple directions, and if you leave mechs up here, that mech will eventually get destroyed. And not only that, but your main base can get overrun itself. And since it has some extra RP and fairly decently saved mech, I decided I can capture it. Now, technically, you can kind of consider what I did a waste with calling down that repair vehicle, considering there's 2 mech repair
Enemy
bays in the main
resources
base.
captured.
But as I've mentioned before, on elite
Enemy
difficulty, or
resources
veteran
captured.
difficulty, sorry, you don't really want to take chances when your mechs begin to get heavily damaged, especially considering I had assault mechs. To me, it was worth spending the 6,000 RP than one lucky shot knocking them out on the way back to the main base, since there's still enemies abound. Either way, RP isn't exactly scarce in this mission either, so you can still afford to use that up and still have some left over for other what else we need. And you're gonna want to save RP for a long tom, which you're gonna use later on. But other than that, spend away. And I've noticed some bugginess on this map when it comes to mechs and their pathing. As you can see, that Xiaoyu likes to run outside the base when I tell him to go to the repair bay. So be careful and watch out for some stuff like that. And as you can see, again, pathing issues. Don't know what's really up with that sometimes.
Long shot here. Good to go.
And as you can see now, the next waves are starting to arrive. I still have lots of RP left. And there'll be some nice mechs to salvage later, including a Vulture, which you would definitely want to save some RP and try to salvage if possible. Unfortunately, in this playthrough, I ended up obliterating it. Which can happen when you use the long tom, which is what I end up doing later on, and you'll see that. But either way, you'll have other opportunities to salvage one in the future. But definitely clan mechs are something that you want to take the opportunity to salvage whenever possible, because they're always useful. And this next wave is going to be hitting the left side of the base, as you can kind of see how they're moving already, thanks to us capturing that sensor control tower. which is also worth doing because of the objective and see Bill's point. And what we want to do is move up to this front base. Otherwise it'll be captured very quickly. And rather it be destroyed by the enemy than captured and used against you. Besides, autocannon turrets are amazing. They're only really rivaled by Gauss turrets in terms of pure effectiveness. As you can see, the mix in this wave are 2 Star Slayers, which we've already dropped 1. And the second one's about to go. And it's done too. Ignore the helicopters, go for the LRM carriers next. Because you want to take them out before they start taking out your facilities. Then the copters next, and then the Star Slayer finally. We got a Star Slayer that's damaged in good condition, so worth salvaging. Now I'm just repairing my mix while the next wave comes in.
Long shot here. Good to go. I'm here. I can't get there.
And since this frontal base is still moderately intact, and I was very pleased with the effectiveness of the autocannons earlier, we're going to move up here again, at least for the first part of this wave. As you can see, this wave is actually 2 parts. The second stage is coming and towards the right, as you can see. Or, well, they're up north at the moment, but they'll be hitting the right side of the base. Or east, actually. storms you want to keep at,
I copy.
if you can outrange them, you want
Enemy
to.
has recaptured building.
And as you can see, the enemy overran that northern base, although they likely take some damage in the process.
Long shot here. Target locked in. I'm taking you out.
As you can see, this wave has the catapult, or a catapult. My one Highlander starts taking some heavy damage, so I'll pull him back. But now we're going to push these guys back to the main base, which is, actually have more condensed turret coverage, so... And that's the end of it.
Copy. Transporting artillery beam. Move here. Roger that.
Now we face this attack from the right.
Gotta be on this one. Hey, I'm under fire over here.
May have been mistaken about the vulture and long time and all that. I think I confused this mission with another mission. But yeah, after you fend these guys off, that's the end of
Objective complete.
this mission. Yeah, so I'd confused that, so apologies for the earlier comments. But yeah.